Get my books near me. Hello everybody, welcome back to Tom Reads Things. My name is Tom. I hope you're all very well, and welcome to another Vlogmas video. And today I am going to be looking at my December TBR. So yes, my December TBR. Now, every book on this TBR is massive. And I'm not sure that's a very good idea, because if I want to meet my Goodreads challenge for the amount of books to read by the end of the year, I need to read quite a few books in December, and I'm not going to do it if I just read these because they're all huge. However, two of them I really definitely do want to read because I'm doing them as buddy reads. The second one, hopefully I'll be doing as a buddy read in December, but it may go on into the new year. So the first book that I want to talk to you about is this. So this is Burial Rites by Hannah Kent. Now I am doing this as a buddy read with Emily over at Novell Novels. I'll link her channel in the description box down below. I don't know too much about this book, but I know that me and Emily both love historical fiction. This, I believe, follows the story of a young lady who is who's basically on death row, and I think it's set in Iceland actually. So yeah, it sounds really haunting. Actually, one of the comments on the back here says, "Gorgeous and haunting, burial rites will touch your heart." And then Madeline Miller, the author of The Song of Achilles, says, "So gripping, I wanted to rush through the pages, but so beautifully written, I wanted to linger over every sentence." Hannah Kent's debut novel is outstanding. A compelling, heartbreaking, uplifting in equal measure. Goodness me, this sounds really quite wonderful. So I had a couple of copies of it. So I sent one over to Emily, and I'm really looking forward to reading this with Emily. We have such similar reading tastes, and hopefully we'll both get on really well with this. So yeah, Emily's been brilliant already. She's like mapped out how many pages we're going to be reading each day and stuff like that. So yes, really looking forward to getting to this. Let me know if you've read this actually, and what you kind of think of it, because I have a feeling like it's one of those books which will really split opinion. So yeah, do let me know if you've read it and what you thought. The next book that I'm hoping to read in December is another buddy read, and that is The Murder of Harriet Moncton by Elizabeth Haynes. Now, I'm hoping to read this as a buddy read with the wonderful, the bloody brilliant Simon over at Savage Reads, depending on whether we can fit it in or not. I'm not kind of precious about definitely having to read this in December, so whenever Simon's free, I'll buddy read it with him then. But this sounds brilliant. It's kind of gothic murder mystery, just what you want for kind of December winter's evenings in front of the fire, that kind of thing. So I'm really looking forward to this. So I'll just read the kind of blurb very quickly. So it says, on the 7th of November 1848, Harriet Moncton, 23 years old and a woman of respectable parentage and religious habits, is found murdered in the privy behind the dissenting chapel she attended in Bromley, Kent. The townsfolk are appalled by her death, and even more so when the autopsy reveals that Harriet was almost 6 months pregnant. Harriet was entangled with at least 3 men, and all were suspects, as was her close companion and fellow teacher, Miss Frances Williams. The story unfolds in the voices of these 4 people, each of whom has a motive for her murder. As the scandal rips through the community, the murder remains at large, and inhabitants of Bromley sleep less soundly as lust, loneliness, and loathing fester in their midst. This sounds so good. I can't wait to get to this. Again, it's huge though. Look at it. It's absolutely massive. It's like 500 quid. 500 quid? It's like, definitely wasn't 500 quid. 500 pages. So yeah, it's massive, but really looking forward to getting to this. Again, let me know if you have read this and what your thoughts were, or if you've read anything else by Elizabeth Haynes. Do let me know what her writing's like, because I haven't read anything by her yet. The next book that I'm hoping to get to in December, because it's been on my TBR since January and I really should read it, is The Wolf and the Watchman by Nicholas Nat Dag. So I believe this is set in Denmark. Sweden. Well done me, Sweden. And it follows the story of, it's another murder mystery one actually. And it's set in 1793, so late 1800s again, Georgian period, love it. And it's about a body that's found in the swamp by a watchman, and the case is handed over to an investigator. The reason I don't think I read this straight away when I got it is because I just finished reading Blood and Sugar by Laura Shepherd Robinson when I bought this, and the blurb seemed very similar to that. Not exactly similar, but it was, a body was found, and it's passed to an investigator who tries to kind of figure out what's going on. It was historical fiction, so yeah, this seemed a bit similar to that for me to read straight away, but I definitely want to get to it. Again, it's blooming huge. It's like, well, it's actually not that massive. It's like 400 pages. So yeah, very much looking forward to getting to this. Again, let me know if you've read this or if you've read anything else by this author. I've never heard of him before. So yeah, do let me know your thoughts on him or this book. And the last book that I definitely want to read in December is Now We Will Be Entirely Free by Andrew Miller. So this has again been on my TBR for ages. I heard about this again through Simon at Savage Reads, but I also heard about it through Katie over at Books and Things. And again, I think it's set in the late 1700s. Let me just check. Where are we? Oh, it doesn't say. Oh, it's signed. Look at that. Didn't even realise that. So yeah, I've been looking forward to getting to this for ages. What does it say? One rain-swept winter's night in 1809. Oh, okay, so still Georgian, but early 19th century. An unconscious man is carried into a house in Somerset. He is Captain John Lacroix, home from Britain's disastrous campaign against Napoleon's forces in Spain. Gradually, Lacroix recovers his health, but not his peace of mind. He will not, cannot, talk about the war or face the memory of what took place on the retreat at Corunna. So yeah, this sounds really interesting. Again, it was a cover buy for me, I'll be completely honest with you. I saw it on Simon and Katie's channels and was like, that's a wonderful cover, I'm going to buy it. It will look lovely on my shelves, and now I've got to read it. Again, it's really chunky, so it's 420 odd pages this, so hopefully I will get to this in December. I also want to read some Christmas books, but I haven't actually bought them yet, so I can't show you them. I'm definitely going to be reading A Christmas Carol, because I read that every year. And yeah, I will let you know if I'm going to be reading any other actual sort of Christmassy based books. So there you have it. That's my December TBR. Hopefully I'll get to all of those books, but yes, do let me know what you're reading in December. Let me know what you've already read so far in December if you've already finished something. Yes, and I will see you again tomorrow for another Vlogmas video. Bye!